flight begins with hope, families reuniting, journeys starting, lives continuing, but not every flight ends the way it was meant to. Today we look back at the unbelievable aviation moments ever captured, where every frame holds a world of emotions, and every second could change everything. A plane crashed during a display at the 2013 Dayton Air Show in Ohio.
Sitting on top of the world. Oh no!
Martin, get away! Get up!
Oh no!
Martin, get away! Get up!
On March 1, 2025, a FedEx cargo plane made an emergency landing following bird strike, engine fire, Three Italian Air Force collide in mid-air during a display at Ramstein Air Show. Loncair LX-7 turboprop long landing and runway departure resulted in a collision with a car.
Not good. Not good.
In June 2015, a military aircraft caught fire at an airbase near Ukrainka. A United States Air Force suffered an emergency landing due to multiple hydraulic issues caused by the brakes being reportedly locked out or seized.
We don't have the gas to wait anything longer than about 10 minutes or maybe 15.
As runway operations suspended due to cable engagement, expect runway operations to resume.
This is crash footage of the famous World War II airfighter P-38 Lightning in Duxford, UK. A plane crashed in Kamloops, British Columbia.
What? He just crashed.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
A Mustang fighter plane is forced to make an emergency landing at Victoria, Australia, after its landing gear fails. On August 27, 2017, a Canadair hit a barge at the mast while it was refueling in the port. Crikey, that was a better landing than most normal landings. Planes collided during the Duxford Air Display. Air crash of the Russian bomber on takeoff. Unbelievable CCTV footage capturing a Bangladeshi Air Force trainer bouncing off the runway on May 9, 2024. On April 7, 2022, the Boeing suffered a hydraulic failure and crashed on landing at the Costa Rican airport.
La sangre de Cristo. Sí.
Uy, madre. Por eso, ¿no? Gracias a Dios que no cae pasajeros.
Jet engine malfunctions and catches fire due to bird strike.
People get you. Ladies and gentlemen, the fire trucks are on their way. Please you do not have to get up. Please remain seated. Please remain seated. Please remain seated. They're on their way. Everything will be fine.
It's not, it's slowing down. It's getting smaller.
A Japan Airlines plane has caught fire at Tokyo's Haneda Airport. A small plane was about to land when it suddenly overshot the rainy runway at Ubatuba Airport. Twister making a crash landing at Abingdon Air Show 2017 after losing power. It was in Dublin Airport, Ireland. The Spitfire scale replica had a bit of a control problem on takeoff on the 29th of August 2015.
You're gonna miss it all, mate.
Yeah.
Wheels. Oh!
Yikes! This aircraft broke down due to the hard landing. Amazing reverse thrust when Boeing 767 was landing under heavy rain. A small single-engine plane had to make a terrifying emergency landing on a beach in Ocean City.
Oh my God.
This Boeing had a tail strike on landing. Pretty shocking, right? The plane's rear door opened mid-flight, causing passengers to lose their luggage and hats.
Positive G's in the racing. That was a little bit of negative G's in the free fall there that Chuck just demonstrated.
Plane crashed in John Wayne Airport, California on August 21, 2023.
There's sparks outside.
A U.S. military contracted plane crashes in the southern Philippines.
No. May siapa makunsa puluwa kimalag dun. Harapin natin. Kaya gan usap kami si Margaret tigunin niya mabasukan na kayo ako magayas. Higit na ilog ka tigudi. Uwe guna mga private plane niya ka.
An unusual incident occurred in Boryspil International Airport, Ukraine. A passenger waiting for departure went to sunbathe. Oh my! A Fair-35 fighter jet crashes at Alaska's Eielson Air Force Base. Glad the pilot survives. A clear visual of the incident in Vancouver's Cole Harbour near Stanley Park. During a landing in 2009 at Kandahar Airfield, a RAF Harrier slammed into the ground, causing the aircraft to burst into flames. The pilot managed to control the aircraft until the very last minute before he had to eject. On September 20, 2016, a helicopter crashed into the sea during a training flight. The 2 crew members survived without injury. Oh my, air show disaster in Ukraine. On February 1, 2025, a plane crashed in Philadelphia shortly after takeoff from Philadelphia's executive airport. It happened at Barton Aerodrome, Manchester, on July 21, 1996. A plane burst tire during takeoff from Runway Airport in Algeria, damaging one of its propellers. Footage shows a jet leaving the runway at Ubatuba Airport, Brazil. A banner plane crashed on a street in Hollywood, Florida. A Mirage 2000 fighter plane of the Indian Air Force crashed near a village. On February 10, 2025, a plane that was owned by Motley Crue frontman Vince Neil crashed, but Neil was not on board. The plane was heavily damaged, but the pilots walked away. Oops, just not enough speed and too much weight. On June 27, 2016, about 2 hours into a flight from Singapore to Milan, Italy, the aircraft was returning to Changi Airport for safety reasons. A World War II-era biplane flipped over upon landing at Reagan National Airport, Virginia. '24 Indian Air Force LCA Tejas fighter crashed in Jaisalmer, India. Pilot successfully ejects. That's what happens when you drink vodka before a flight, haha. A bird strike sparked an engine fire on a plane shortly after it took off on April 23, 2023 from an Ohio airport.
Yes, flaming.
Trigana Air 7 37500 evacuated at Jayapura Sentani Airport, Indonesia, after flames appeared in its left engine during taxi.
Hampir sabi kecelakaan pesawat di Bandara Sentani. Kebetulan saya
Great job by the crew to abort the takeoff. Looks like the Lima Airport Tower failed to control the traffic on the runway as fire trucks and airplanes collided. It happened at Maho Beach, St. Martin, Princess Juliana International Airport. The moment a plane and helicopter collided over the Potomac River, Maryland, on January 29, 2020. A Martin Mars flying boat landed in Lake Pleasant on its way to retirement at the Pima Air and Space Museum. A plane crashed near San Diego. On September 2, 1995, a British aerospace Nimrod crashed due to a combination of low airspeed and G-force squat, causing the port wing to drop and bank. On November 12, 2023, an Aero L-29 Delphin plane owned by a businessman crashed. A flight evaluation trials on January 27, 1969 at Dunsford. Two aircraft of the Spanish-Portuguese Yak Stars formation team collided during the Beijing Air Show. Portugal
Bateram, já foi. Já, merda.
Não! Ai, 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 não! Ah.
An American Airlines Boeing 737-800 loses a tire while taking off from Tampa.
There's 590. Oh my gosh. It's the real deal, guys.
Both pilots were incredibly lucky that day. In September 2023, a small propeller-driven plane crashed during an air show in Hungary.
Maria.
On December 11, 2013, a Cessna 28B lost engine power and ditching into the Pacific Ocean.
Life jacket.
An aerobatic plane crashed at an airport in Lages, a city in southern Brazil. Every 2 years, airport operators are required to carry out scowl exercises, such as those shown in this video. On June 16, 2018, an experimental kit aircam impacted terrain during its initial climb. footage from inside the burning Aeroflot plane that landed.
Ребяточки, пожалуйста, давайте.
An aviation incident with a Mi-171A2 helicopter.
Вот так вот колесики у нас зашли в сырую землю.
This plane blows nearly all of its tires on landing, causing fires. Examination did not reveal any evidence of pre-accident malfunctions or failures of the flight control system. So what is the cause? Dynamic display of Su-27 from Belarus at the air show in Radom, Poland ended in a crash. This American Airlines flight from North Carolina had a rough landing as it slid off the runway.
I think we landed.
Gyrocopter crash rotor flapping during the takeoff. Helicopter of the Georgian Border Service crashed near the mountain resort of Gudari.
Охренеть! Пипец! Это пипец!
A Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress and a Bell P-63 King Cobra collided during an airshow at Dallas Executive Airport on November 12, 2022. It occurred in Harare, Zimbabwe on May 31, 2022. A video of a PAF F-16 fighter jet crashed. A FedEx plane skidded off the runway during a crash landing when its landing gear did not descend. Glad there were no casualties. Great landing. Notice the engines are off, the props aren't turning. This occurred at an air show in Spokane, Washington. A crazy footage with a Bangladesh Air Force combat trainer aircraft. Due to bad weather, the flight failed to land. The pilot immediately decided to take off again. Oh, Bell 407 gets very close to a Cessna. Guys, see the most unbelievable emergency landings without aircraft wheels. An Air Canada Boeing B777 aircraft escaped a large-scale fire.
Took a while.
An Airbus A321neo landed in crosswind. A United Airlines flight makes an emergency landing after one of the plane's wings came apart mid-air. A plane crashed into Miami Bridge on May 14, 2022. This is how you can fight unemployment. Haha, just kidding. Pilot spends 9 hours sitting on the wing of his Cessna 172 after crashing into the national park. The jet crashed while performing in the 38th Annual Navy Relief Air Show, California.